Welcome everyone back to Tyler+Lindsay. Yeah, doesn't this look familiar? And that's right. Yup, I'm gonna be redoing this list. So first off, I forgot a minigame that I actually really like from this collection, which I'll talk about later. And second off, yup, here we go. This is where I'm going to be talking about my brother. So, brother, if you don't want to watch this, go ahead and you can fast forward. But if you're curious, here's what I'm going to say. So, yes, I know, I realize that I shouldn't have been saying that stuff. That was a little mean. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. However, thanks a lot for making me feel like I was the bad guy. But, it's okay. Don't worry, I'm redoing this, so it'll be better. Plus, I'm adding a minigame that I like better. Anyway, with that random thing out of the way, let's move on to the list again. But anyway, let's move on to the worst side. So, number 10 for the worst is... Okay, number 10, yup, is still Storm Chasers. There's nothing much you do in this minigame except walk after a flower or walk after a rain cloud and water your piranha plants. Sure, the concept is cool and all, but this minigame you don't really do that much in. And it's just more kind of meh. Yeah. To be honest, there's not a lot to say about this minigame. It's just meh. So yeah, it's on my worst side. So now, moving on to number 9 worst, which is... Alright, number 9 is Mario's Puzzle Party. This one's more of a meh puzzle one. So the concept's kind of cool. But here's the thing, okay? Here's why I don't really like this. It's because the computers, even when you put the computers on easy mode, they somehow do really well, and it feels like I always lose in this game. Except for the original version of this YouTube video, where I think I actually won, and surprisingly. But yeah, this minigame, nah, not more of a meh minigame. I'm actually doing really well here. Yeah, to be honest, there's nothing much else to talk about this minigame. It's just more of a meh minigame. So, I'll move on to the number 8th worst, I think is... Yes, number 8th worst, which is... Number 8 is Tackle Takedown. Yup, this minigame's still pretty boring and fast. Oh yeah, by the way, for number 9, I actually did end up winning in that one somehow. I guess maybe the computers aren't as... Maybe they fixed it where the computers are actually what they are instead of being super hard in that minigame. But anyway, about this minigame, there's nothing really much about it. The only problem is that, or the big thing is that it's way too fast, of course. It's pretty easy to win on the one side. All I have to do is go to one side, mash the A, well not mash, but push the A button a couple times, and there you go. Enjoy your free victory. Unless you have hard computers on the first side. Then it might be more challenging. But still, this minigame is a little too short. They should have done more with it. It's just too plain and boring. Anyway, time to move on to number 7, which which is... Alright, number 7 is Archer Rival. You want to talk about an unfair minigame, unfair 1v3 minigame? This is it. This one is pretty hard to win on the 3 side, unless you have a computer on the 1 side. But it's annoying when the other computers or Bowser Jr. or the Goomba get in the way. They always try to block you like that. I actually won there on the 3 side. It's funny how that's the case. Like the characters actually like below it moving that thing back and forth. That's a funny thing that they added in to this newer one. Because in the original version, you would just win, and no characters will jump out from the background. So yeah, this one's a little annoying when you're on the 3 side because you have to worry about Bowser Jr. and the Goomba or the Ghost or whatever. And then you also have to worry about the other players, so that's a little annoying. Yeah, this one's a pretty unfair one. But I feel like they made the timer shorter in this version, where it's only like probably like 30 seconds or whatever, because the 1 side would like always win in the original version. But yeah, not much else I have to say about this one. Moving on to number 6, which is... Alright, number 6 is Castaways. Oh boy. Let's talk about an awkward controls minigame. That's basically what it is. For some odd reason, you have to tilt backwards on the joystick. And then you let go of it. And then you just have to hope you are good at timing. I can think of a bunch of ways to fix this mechanic. For example, instead of rotating it to reel the line, why not like mash A or something? Like that would seem more fun. Also, make it so the money moves a lot slower because it moves really fast. Not only that though, but reeling back can be annoying sometimes and casting out. Instead of going down on the joystick and then letting go, it could have been nice if you wanted to get the treasure that was close to you, push the like A button. If you want to get the treasure that's in the middle, push the B button. And for the far away ones, if you want to get those ones, you would push X. And then from there, you would mash the A button to reel it in. That seems like it would have worked better than just the joystick the whole time. Because it's kind of an annoying minigame. Yeah. Nothing much else I have to say about this minigame. It's basically, it feels like it's the minigame that I could have a bunch of ways to fix it. Anyway, let's move on to number 5, which is... Okay, number 5 is Pit Boss. So, let me say this. This version ain't as bad as the Mario Kart 6 version. First off, once everyone gets out, you have a winner. Second off, the spiky balls are a little bit smaller. You see, like that, the game lets me win there. But yeah, they fixed it a little bit with that happening. If everyone else is out, then whoever's left standing wins. However, it's still Pit Boss, and it's still annoying and pretty hard to win. Well, not as hard as the original version trying to win in it, but it still is probably a little challenging to win in it. But they fixed it a little bit. But they should also add like a timer to this minigame. So, yeah. Other Not much else I have to say about this one. Moving on to number 4, which is... Oh yeah, also top 5 now. Well, not anymore. Now we're in top 4 area. With number 4 being... Okay, number 4 we have Hill Blasters. Oh great, this minigame again returned. Basically, you're on these spinning things, I guess you can say, and you're trying to use bullet bills to get rid of your opponents. There is no time limit for this minigame, so it can go on and on and on and on until someone is eventually out. You know how long that can be? If you always keep missing, it can go on like forever until you push the plus button and end it. Or push the pause button and decide to like quit the minigame. But if you're playing this during a party, you have to play this minigame. No matter what. Well, this minigame's isn't really fun either. Also, the characters are probably super dizzy after this, so... Well, I mean, that doesn't really matter, but... Just imagine... imagine what they're doing. Imagine, like, people doing this. They would get super, like, dizzy after a while, and they would probably just want it to end. So yeah, nothing much else I have to say about this bad minigame. Moving on to the top 3 now. Number 3 going to... Oh boy. You want to talk about one of the most boring minigames? Yeah, this one. You want to know why? It feels like it goes at a snail's pace, where you slowly go around the edges of the raceway. I would have liked to see this one a lot better without the slow-moving wooden horses. I would definitely like to see this one better with like a car, with like a go-kart or something. That would make more sense for a minigame rather than just random walking, slow-moving horses. I mean, thankfully it's only 1 lap, because that would be way too long if it was 3. But still, it's a pretty slow minigame. And then you have to wait for, if you're against easy computers, then you have to wait for the slow-moving computers. And wow, I actually got a new record. That's funny. But yeah, it's kind of just boring. All you do is push L and R. You have to keep going until you get to the end. Kind of boring. I don't really like this minigame that much. So, now we're moving on to number 2, which is... Number 2 is Trace Race. All you do is one mechanic. Tracing. Wow, that sounds so fun. Tracing a line. Over and over again. It can be very precise. I mean, I am against these computers here, but it's just kind of a boring minigame. All you do is going straight and trying to not mess up. All you're doing is tracing a line. And I actually did really well there. But that's how it always goes. I do really good in the minigames I don't really like. Anyway, let's get on to the worst minigame, and I think we all know what that is. And the number 1 worst minigame is... Okay, wait a second. What was I talking about? Pit Boss being hard. This one takes the cake of being hard. I've never won this minigame, funny enough. Wanna know why? It's super hard. Yet again, this is another one where I can find better controls to do this minigame. Instead of going down on the joystick, why can't you push a button? Yup, this is basically what happens 99.99999% of the time. A tie. You wanna know why? The chain chomp is too annoying and too fast. But anyway, let me explain. It would have been a lot better instead of going down on the joystick randomly and trying to go lightly. It would be a lot better if you would like push A to hide in your barrel instead of letting go of the joystick. Like, what sense does that make? Well, I'm not trying to get too upset about this minigame, but it's a pretty bad minigame. Yeah, it basically almost always ends in a tie, unless you get like lucky in it and the chain chomp's being nice for once. This minigame is just bad. Like at first when we got Mario Party Superstars, I was like, oh wow, a lot of people hate Sneak and Snore. I wonder why. And then I played it and I was like, oh yeah, I can see why now everyone hates this minigame. It's pretty bad. And yeah, not fun at all. A terrible minigame. Anyway, nothing much else I have to say. Let's move on to the best side. With number 10's best being... Okay, number 10 is Booksworm. So yep, I already know people watching this are gonna be, like, what? Booksworm's not number 1! Booksworm's the best minigame ever in any Mario Party. Here's the thing, it's fun and all, but to be honest, it actually is one of those you do only one thing minigames. However, it's an interesting you do only one thing minigame, where basically you're trying to go in the holes of the books and try to survive. And as you can tell, I have this on endless mode, so I can actually have fun in the minigame. This minigame is definitely a lot more fun if you do endless mode by yourself, or if you have like real life people playing with you. Then that makes it really fun because then the pages go faster and faster. You're trying to get into all the holes. So that's fun, but when you're by yourself, it's and I couldn't beat my record there. But yeah, I can kind of agree with people, but it's definitely not number 1 on my list. It's number 1 if you add a 0 next to the 1. Anyway, not much else I have to say about Booksworm. Moving on to number 9, which is... Number 9 is Flash Forward. This is a fun, like, try to fight for the spotlight minigame. It's simple. That's what it's probably supposed to be, a simple minigame. And I don't think I won there. Yeah, DK did better than I did. And Daisy tried to get in the way. But yeah, that's a fun, simple minigame. Also, yeah, I know I have the background as Castaways. That's only because it's a cold beach background. And that's like the only good thing about Castaways is that it's on a beach or an island. But otherwise, Castaways is bad. Anyway, yeah, that's not a... This is a good minigame, Flash Forward. It's a cool idea, too. Now, let's move on to number 8, which is... talk about funny nostalgia to me. So when I was younger, me and my brother used to watch these funny videos of the original version, where basically we would watch like all the characters like shrink and their heads would shrink, like super small to like they're like the size of like I don't know, like a peanut or something. That's how small they were. Yeah, this is just a funny minigame too. Basically where you're trying to avoid what the top person is doing.
and and for the top person, you want to try to copy what the 3 are doing. Yeah, it's a funny mini game. It's too bad that they just put X's over them and they just zoom out the character now instead of there being heads and the heads getting smaller, and then the characters' funny faces in the original, where it would be sad if they had an X over them, like. But oh well, it's still look away, even if they didn't have all the things back. It's still funny look away. So now let's move on to number 7, which is Hot Jump Rope, and here's another fan favorite one that's on this list. So yeah, this one's another endless minigame, and in my opinion, I like this endless one better than Bookstorm. Like, Bookstorm's fine and all, but that one's a lot more overrated than this one. This one's overrated a little too, but I can see more why it's overrated, because it's kind of fun trying to jump over the jump rope. Also, yes, this is a new one that's on my list, because I didn't have this one on my list, but this ain't all. I'm just gonna tell you that, and I'm not gonna spoil anything else. But yeah, this one's a fun mini game. All right, I'm gonna pause it because I basically ran out of things to say about this mini game. So now we're moving on to number 6, which is number 6 is Mushroom Mix-Up. Also, wow, I realized I played that earlier than some of the other parts. Well, there you go. So yeah, this time I actually put the computers on hard because I want to see how hard they'll be, so I can actually like survive in this minigame longer. Yeah, this is a fun minigame. It's the Mario Party 1 version of Hexagon Heat. And instead of fire, it's water. And yeah, I can see the computers are definitely harder in this version. To be honest, there's not much else I have to say about this minigame. Also, yeah, there is no time limit, but it won't go on forever, because eventually someone will fall. And plus, it's a fun minigame. So, yeah, not much else I have to say about this minigame. Moving on to number 5, I think it is. We're on the top 5 now. Number 5 going to... Okay, number 5 is Facelift. Yet again, this is another one I actually didn't add in my original list. And I don't know why, to be honest, because this one's a good minigame. Also, yeah, we're on top 5 now. There, look, he's eating something. Just kidding, now I'll actually do the face. So yeah, basically what you do is you try to copy the Bowser face in the middle, and you try to get it as close as possible. I think that's pretty good. Let's see. Wow, only 79. I thought I did better than that, but oh well. Anyway, yeah, this is actually a fun Bowser minigame. It's funny trying to move Bowser's face around. However, I would rather if they'd done the Mario Party 2 version instead, where you do all the characters' faces rather than just Bowser again. Because we already had the Bowser one came back in the 3DS version for top 100. So they should have added the characters one for the Switch. But who knows? Maybe this one will come back in Jamboree, and that will be the character face one. Don't know for sure, but that'd be cool if so. But yeah, not much else I have to say about this video game. Oh yeah, we're on the top 5 now. And this one was the 5th one. Number 4 for the top 5 is going to... Okay, number 4 is Snowball Summit. So this one has pretty good music. But not only that, the minigame's also pretty fun. It's also pretty fun to play this minigame with real life people. Because the computers are fine and all, but if you're like me and you play against easy computers, then they're not really. Then the computers aren't that good, smart. Wow, okay, never mind. DK got, no, just kidding. DK got me out though, surprisingly. Let's see who's gonna win. Let's just watch this minigame. Let's see who wins. Or it might be a tie. Yeah, they wanted to win together. DK and Daisy, they both won. But yeah, that's a fun minigame. Basically, you want to make a big snowball and you want to knock your opponents off the map. It's a really fun minigame. And I just realized I really like the snow minigames, I guess, because I like Snowball Summit. I like that one from Mario Party 6. I liked Mr. Blizzard's Brigade from Mario Party 4. I guess I just like the snow minigames. Well, they just do really well with them too and make them really fun. But anyway, let's move on to... We're in the top 3 now. Let's move on to number 3, which is... Number 3 is Dungeon Duos. So yeah, yet again, this is another one of those fan favorite minigames. But this one I can definitely tell why. It's a fun obstacle course minigame, where you're basically helping your teammate out in it. Well, as you always do in 2v2 minigames. But it's a really fun one. Where there's like 3 stages: walls, platforms, and pipes. And then blowing up the balloon at the end. And those are fun minigame ideas, those obstacle course ones. Obstacle course / obby ones. This part is probably my least favorite just because the platforms are a bit small. And yeah. To be honest, not much else I have to talk about this minigame. Let's move on to number 2, which is... Okay, oh wow, I did it again. Anyway, number 2 is Blockstar. So this minigame's a fun one. It's another one, it's a puzzle game. And I've definitely grown to like puzzle games. Back then when I was a little kid, I probably wouldn't have liked this minigame. But now as I'm growing up, I've grown to like them. Sorry, that was really bad. That was a terrible joke. Anyway, with that random stuff out of the way, let me describe it. Basically, oh my goodness. Basically, you're trying to match up the blocks. And this version is pretty fast. And wow, I lost to DK. I did put him on normal, so he was a little more smart, but normal is still decently easy. But that one... here's the thing with Blockstar. They never figure out how hard they want it. In Mario Party 6, it was pretty hard, and it would go up really fast. In Top 100, it was stupidly easy. No, just kidding. It was very easy. And it was basically very hard to lose if you were against a computer. And it would just go on back and forth if you were... It would just keep going if you're against a real-life player. Now in Mario Party Superstars, aka this one, it went back to going fast again. They can never just find a normal speed for Blockstar, which is sad. But who knows? Maybe eventually they'll figure out the right speed for Blockstar. Not too fast, but not too slow either. Anyway, let's get on to my favorite minigame. My favorite minigame is... number 1 is Stick and Spin. So Blockstar might be a fun puzzle minigame, but this one's even better. Oh my. This one's especially fun to play with real life people. Like it's really fun when me and my brother are just playing this and it goes on for a long time because we're both really good at it, especially my brother. I mean, I've definitely got a lot better at this minigame. Like when I was a kid, I was probably pretty bad at this minigame, knowing me from the past. But now that I'm getting older, I'm getting a lot better at this minigame. And yeah, yet again, I put DK on normal. But as you can tell from my random silent moments, you can tell I don't really have much to say about the minigame. Because there's nothing much I need to say about the minigame. I've talked about a lot of it before. Fun. I like the minigame, etc. So yeah, to be honest, not much else I have to talk about. So yeah. Oh yeah, I will like to say, yeah, I know this wasn't, yeah, I kind of did this in between Minecraft story mode Let's Plays, and I was going to say something else, I forget what it was. It'll come back to me, so hold on a second. Okay, well I didn't know what I was going to say, so you know what, I'm just going to end the video with saying bye. Oh yes, I remember actually now. I was gonna say that, yes, this will take over the original, and I will delete the original once this one is posted. So yeah, if you wanna hurry up and quick watch it, you better watch it like now, because it's gonna be gone, and then you're gonna have to watch this one instead. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you all in another video. Bye.